Welcome to the podcast.
That's strong.
That was good.
That's
Horrid.
strong. Coming in hot.
I could probably do better
Wait,
than
can we start it again, please?
Oh no, you can't. You can't.
Hello and welcome to the podcast.
You can't do that to the
that.
man.
That's soft.
Big
I'm going to
papa.
continue to have my yogurt while we have to do this podcast. Let's do a quick roll call.
Yep.
Gen Z, yeah.
Nando's here.
Jizzy, present.
Big Papa, present. Now for the yogurt. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, hey everyone.
Hello.
Are you going to eat the yogurt into the mic? That'd be very
Yeah,
sensual.
do an ASMR, please. Sorry.
It's giving everyone a chubby.
You can't hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Slap.
second chubby of the morning, actually.
Oh.
there was an office fat.
Yeah.
We can't say any more about it, but that happened. There was an explosion.
Oh yeah.
We got excited. It
Oh,
went
yeah.
everywhere. It was.
This is what happens when you don't see your friends and colleagues for a few days, and you see them for the first time in a while, and you just
Yogurt everywhere.
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, yogurt.
Mrs. People.
Oh,
Now, speaking of spraying everywhere,
oh no.
Oh. Yeah,
What a
Jizzy had a
segue.
story, I think.
Okay, so my survey break so far has not been fun because a few days ago, I'm pretty certain that I experienced and I'm still experiencing a bad dose of food poisoning.
From
R.I.P.
Friday,
How many
right?
days? We're talking?
So, I don't even know what day it is anymore. So let's just work backwards from today. So today's today.
Tuesday?
Yesterday.
What day is it? Wednesday.
Yesterday's yesterday. That was a bad day. Day before, that was a bad day. Day before,
Bad
that
day.
was a bad day. And the day before, it came on
Hot?
It came on that evening. So I'm really on this is day 4. This is day 4 of it bad.
So you're on 4 bad days.
You
I'm on 4
should
Day
bad
be at
4
the
is still as bad as day
doctor's.
1?
It has changed slightly. Okay, so let me start from the beginning.
This is so gross.
We had a meal, and actually it was in work, and all of us had this meal. I just want to be very careful with the names that we use because it probably can't. I don't know for certain if the food poisoning was from this place, and if it's not, defamation, yada yada. So I'll just say we had a meal in here that we got from an outside vendor, but everyone had some of this meal. But as we are all collectively eating it, we all said, "This is shit. This is so bad." Like everyone commented.
Yeah.
Can confirm it was terrible.
Like,
It was awful,
I don't
terrible.
think a lot of us didn't finish our food.
And yours even looked a bit green. We both
Yes.
looked at it, and
Yes.
and then Clint said, "Oh no, they're green all the time." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Are they
No, they're
green all
not.
the time?"
Now, there was
green eggs and ham.
green eggs and ham. I thought that was just a poem. So there was an egg was part of my meal, and there was one part of my egg that was green. Now I didn't eat that part, but I had eaten lots of the other part of it and some of the other accoutrements that were part of the meal.
Which weren't good either. May I
No,
add.
the
They
whole thing
were-
was fucked.
Yeah.
because we got a hash brown.
Oh,
as well.
okay. Just be careful. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Well, a lot of places sell hash
I know
brown.
that.
We got this crunchy golden potatoey thing that.
Yes, correct.
a large potato gem.
Yes,
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
a large
yeah.
potato gem,
There was too much going on in that.
and they were. I've never
Entirety
seen
of that
anything
bag.
like it.
No, it was
It
bad.
was so, and I like things that are well fried. This was so well fried that it was almost
You couldn't even eat it.
the oil hadn't kind of pierced the actual potato exterior.
Felt like it was fried 5 times.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
It was
no
very
good.
upsetting on that morning because I feel like we all needed
We
a
needed-
decent
Yeah.
breakfast
Yeah.
and they really
Yeah.
fucked us.
We
this
like
cafe,
had
yeah.
anxiety. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
did not help us out.
Exactly. So we all had some of that. Then went home, and I ran a few errands on my way home. Then when I got home, I napped for a couple of hours, and then I don't think I actually ate until a lot later that evening because Claudia, my girlfriend, was out, and I had some leftover dinner from the night. From in the fridge or in the freezer from a few nights previous, something that we have all the time that I wouldn't be that worried about. And that was the only other thing that I ate. Now that meal that I had was like a chicken cashew thing, but like we've had it like millions of times. I've also reheated it millions of times, so I'm not that concerned. And I'm also very anal about when I reheat things that I make sure the chicken or meat is
Yeah.
piping hot because I know how easy it is to have bad food poisoning.
Yeah.
So I can safely rule out that meal that I had that evening is not the cause. So then the next day comes, and I'm not too bad. Hey, Moby.
Moby's just walked in
Moby.
the house.
Wait,
Moby
you
in
get some
the.
headphones?
It's probably not totally essential. Hang on, let me just turn on your mic.
We're still learning, guys. We're still trying to figure this out.
While we're doing technical stuff, is the sound on my mic okay? Is it loud enough?
I haven't actually heard you speaking.
I think mine's. That was good. Baby Nando's.
Nando's.
How are you, Pez?
All right.
Are you okay?
I'm tired.
Really?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I've been sleeping well because my daughter's still keeping me up. So it's kind of, and she's been, God bless her soul, such a pain these last few days. Like being unwell, she's just been up all through the night.
Did it again? Anyone see that?
What?
No, what?
Did it log off
Are
again?
you just everything you touch is
Wait,
It's
why is it all
jizzing.
exploding? Brody, we haven't been like far apart from you for that long.
I get excited.
Clearly.
Hey, Moby.
To see you all.
Moby.
Oh, Moby can't hear me because he doesn't have his
He's
headphones
figuring
on.
it out.
How are you?
Hello.
Ah, there he is.
Here he
So
is.
did the story end, or you just
No.
No.
Okay, so Moby, I'm just telling the story of where I currently am in my health situation in terms of I've had bad food poisoning for the past few days. So this all started about 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm pretty sure the culprit is the meal that we all had in here one morning that we all collectively said was really bad. We don't want to name any names.
On Friday morning,
Well, yeah,
anxiety.
we all had it.
I know.
Yeah.
You're
he
the
had-
only one who got sick.
I know.
I
his
had
was
to
green, though.
to be fair, I did have a funny
Yeah.
tummy, but only for about one day.
Okay.
That's true. Didn't
But-
you
and
tell
then I
him?
was
No,
okay.
that egg will be fine.
No, Clint
It's
said
just-
that.
Oh, Clint did.
Clint said that, yeah.
Right.
Two other things, sorry, before
yeah.
I will say also, we got the food. I chucked the egg from mine immediately because I don't eat egg, which is a saving grace for me.
You
And
don't eat egg?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. It's not for
Isn't
me.
that eggy boy?
Thank
You're
God, I'm not an
missing
eggy
out.
boy. And I also perpetually live in a state of a window of diarrhea, so I don't know
Wow.
if
That's me at the
it
moment.
could just be.
You are
loose ass.
missing out. I do
Yeah.
like 18 eggs a week.
Nah.
I would have a lot of eggs. I usually, if I'm cooking eggs in the morning, I'll have 3.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum
Three's
3.
my
What about
standard.
egg whites? Where do you guys sit on egg whites? Like, I would have 2 eggs normally, and then to get more protein, I would just add an egg whites because it's too much fat
So
otherwise.
wait, do you buy the egg whites in a little carton,
no.
or just would you do another egg but just fuck off the yolk?
Yeah, I sometimes do like 4. So I'd do 2 normal eggs, and then I'd get 2 eggs and just do the egg white
And
The
throw
whites
out
are
the
good.
yolk.
Yeah.
The whites are
Nah.
good.
because it's too fatty otherwise.
No,
No,
absolutely
that's good
not.
for you. Mr.
The yolk's
Good
the
fun.
only enjoyable part of the egg.
What, the
Depends
yolk?
how you
They
do
com-
it. Though.
they
Like, what
complement
if you're
each other.
scrambling eggs? Like you don't even eat
Oh, well,
the
that's
yolk
that's
then.
that's nice.
But like,
that's
I would never have like 4 fried eggs. Then I would probably be joining Pezzy in on the
Talk to us more about the loose asshole.
a noose.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I just have a very fast metabolism, I think is what it is. My wife always laughs.
wife.
My wife always
wife.
laughs about how quickly things move through me.
Did you get hit by food poisoning as well?
No, I don't think so.
Who did? Just
Well,
Jazz?
But
and
I for only for one day, but I don't know if it was from that. But I did eat my egg.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It's
Yeah.
so hard
Okay,
to
so
say.
so maybe I just got a bad egg.
Well, if
One
yours
bad
was
egg.
green.
One bad egg.
But you-
spoils
It could
the
have been
bunch.
There's all-
bird flu.
There's also bird flu going around. So I don't know. So anyway, that was day one. The only thing I ate was that meal in the morning and leftover dinner at home that was cooked well, reheated very safely because I'm very anal about that. The next day, didn't feel too bad. Went to the gym in the morning, even though I didn't feel great. I think I felt like the effects of like a kind of 2-day hangover because we had all had a big one 2 days prior. And then it wasn't until that kind of afternoon that I started taking a decline and just feeling not great. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. On the first evening, so on the same day that we ate the meal, I thought my hangover like just turned into the worst thing ever because I felt like normal hangover level all day. And then that evening, I started shivering. I started sweating.
Really?
I was so up and down, and it was like 7 p.m. and I just took a turn. And I was like, okay, this is bad. Then I thought I was getting sick. I was like, okay, I'm probably just coming down with something. Then the next day wasn't too bad. Went to the gym. Then that evening, I started getting like stomach cramps, not feeling good on my inside. And then
Excuse me. I didn't sign up to be your agony aunt here, Jazz. Are we, like...
okay, someone else speak.
Actually, just while we're on
We want
the
to get to the
topic-
bottom of this.
While we're on the topic,
I
it
think
actually.
Sorry.
It actually does take a few days for food poisoning to
I
kick
know.
in, so the Friday
What?
meal makes sense.
I know.
Yeah,
it does.
takes up to
yeah.
48 hours.
It does. It does. Yeah.
It takes up to 48
It was
hours
instantaneous.
to get
Yeah.
food poisoning.
It can
It's
take-
usually like a 24-hour thing, isn't
No.
it?
It can take up to
'Cause-
2 days
yeah.
for you to actually feel
Feel
it,
the
and
effects.
then up to 5
Yeah.
days or more, depending on the
'Cause
type of food poisoning
That's
for it to
interesting.
go.
I had food poisoning once from chicken, and I was in hospital. Like it.
Oh, my God. Did you get
And-
salmonella?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, shit.
I'm
Moby,
not
that's
gonna-
what I think I have. I
Yeah.
either have salmonella
It was
or E.
from
coli.
chicken.
You can't get salmonella unless you eat chicken.
Yeah, so I had
I
it
did
from,
eat chicken.
The egg.
The egg?
Yeah.
No, there was
No,
also
that doesn't count.
no. There is chicken in the meal as well.
Oh, we had
Small
the chicken.
chicken.
I had the chicken.
Shh, you can't allude
Wait,
as to
yeah.
who it is.
I
'cause
had
they're-
so
they're
much
probably
of
a
the
client.
chicken. I had
And
so
are
much
you
of the
okay,
chicken.
Brody?
I'm feeling great.
He's better than
I'm
ever.
$1 million, baby.
But yeah, okay.
See, I got food poisoning. The last time I got food poisoning was when I was single and I was out on a date, and
Oh no.
I'd eaten a
no.
burrito from an
Ooh.
unnamed place, and we had a decent date. I'd had a few wines, went back to hers, and then I started to
Oh,
feel
no.
sick
For
No.
coitus.
Oh,
during
no.
During the coitus.
during the
No.
coitus.
Oh,
And
During
you
a
already
s-
have a loose ass.
During a specific act. Well, this is
no
from the mouth.
oh.
During I got up and then I went to spew, and I had to cover my mouth as I was spewing.
Oh my god.
And
because you were
Did she
because
believe?
you were in
because
the
I got
area.
up, I had got up mid coitus to spew,
No.
covered my hand on the side of her bed, spewed into my hands, and it
Oh.
shot out of the sides like a cartoon character.
Oh, no.
What's worse, she had just gotten a new kitten that was in a cage by the side of the bed and red wine spew all
That's
over this poor cat. And then, because I had been drinking, I couldn't drive home, so she had to look after me for the rest of the
Oh
night.
my God.
Heavy.
That was maybe one of the last dates I went on before I met my wife, and that was
Did she believe it was food poisoning?
no, no, and but then I was still sick for days
Did you
later.
just think that pussy stank?
Yeah, 100% what she
my
thought.
Lord.
Okay, this is a good tally, actually. Who here has thrown up mid-coitus?
Thrown up?
mid coitus.
Actually, you know what? I probably have.
I don't think I have.
No, I don't think so. I'm very strong.
mid coitus.
Getting sick? No.
It takes an extreme situation.
All right.
Done a
You're
lot of
already
stuff, but not that.
What?
Gasping to tell us, Moby.
I thought you were going to ask in tally wise, what's the tally?
No,
But
please.
Well, I was hoping that there'd be a few more joining the yays in that tally there, but it's
Not
me,
that
just
tally.
me and Piers apparently.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't entirely my own fault, but there was a house party. It ended up in the back of my car, which was a station wagon.
Roomy, spacious.
Yeah,
Nice.
but made the foolish mistake of leaving the keys in the ignition. And a couple of the lads from the party, a couple of mates of mine, came out and saw that there was some shenanigans going down in
Station wagon.
in the back of the station wagon, and so two of them jumped in the front and started doing donuts
Oh
while
my
we were in
God.
the back, and that pushed me to then throw up everywhere in my own car.
Hang on. Did they know you were in the car?
Yes, that's
Okay.
why.
it got steamy.
with
in
another
there.
person.
Yes.
The poor,
So they just did donuts with you guys in the back of the
in the
station.
back of the
Lady.
station. Yes, both
Can you
of-
crawl? So it was one of those ones with just two seats at the front, and then
the back seats were down, and there was because I was planning to sleep in the car that
So you
night.
had
So
the porn
the
star
back
mattress in the
seats were
back.
down, and there was a mattress in there. But then they jumped in the front two seats, and then
were you on a
just.
farm? Were they just doing doughies in the middle of the
Look,
street?
it was a bit of an industrial, like kind of. It was like sort of outskirts of the city, so it was like kind of industrial area, and yeah, it was like a cul-de-sac. So they just were in the cul-de-sac, did that.
Oh
that
my God.
triggered it, and that was it was a very
They just do stuff a bit different
Okay.
in New Zealand.
Was it good for a little bit though? Like going,
Yeah, like
you know,
that. Yeah.
around in circles at 100 kilometers an hour while you're.
no.
No.
No, at
So-
no point was it good.
Would-
Okay.
It was middle. It was very much
Bit
a,
of-
what the hell is going on here, and then oh no, I feel sick.
Did it
bit of a
help you
thrill.
arrive at your destination?
No.
For how long into
the session.
Into the donuts, did the coitus continue?
Great question.
I would be holding on until the end like it was the fucking Gravitron, I reckon.
It pretty much immediately stopped the moment people got in the car.
Okay,
and you were
right.
just, and you're sort of like, what is going on
Bit
here?
of company don't hurt nobody.
All right.
Sorry.
Well,
Okay.
okie dokie.
We haven't
All
gotten
right.
sick.
Moving on.
This podcast has been a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah. We're only, 10 minutes in? That's good going.
It is good going.
So anyway, back to my asshole.
yes,
It's a fluid
What?
energy
this,
podcast.
Where's
this
the-
story is.
Where's the worst place you've spewed on a night out?
I actually,
On a woman. Let's
Yeah.
cover that.
Yep.
I actually
I've spewed
came
some
back from the
bad
airport
places.
when I used to work in a former job where I used to travel a lot for work. I was worked for like an ASX company type of thing. We used to travel like a couple of days a week, and I came back and I felt a little bit unnervy in the stomach on the flight. And then I was like, oh god! As soon as I get off the plane, I'll go and clear it all out. We'll be right. And I think we'd been out for dinner, really rich dinner the night before, a lot of drinks. I was like, oh, okay, just attributing it to that, no stress. Then by as essentially as we were flying into Melbourne, it had subsided. I'm like, oh sweet, and had no feeling whatsoever. I'm like, oh, it's passed. I'll be able to make it home, which was a dreadful mistake. So then, as we arrived, and then I went to my car in that long-term car park, picked up my car, and I only made it just outside of the Melbourne airport. If you know, it's like when you're coming back, heading towards the city in Tullamarine, and then realised I'd made a fateful error, and I was never going to be able to make it back to the hour, which my parents' place was on the other side of town. So then I was resigned to the fact that I was going to have to pull over. But being a main highway, there is obviously no rest stops anywhere. And time was against me. I had to pull over on the side of the road, the highway, where everyone comes to the airport, and stand. And then there's not even a big nature strip either side. It's like a fence to a building and the road. So then I had to stand there, drop the DAX, and I just pushed up against the fence because that was... And then saw every car oncoming toward me, like looking at me like, he's not, is he? He's not. And then, and it took me minutes. Like, it wasn't like a quick over like
In and
that.
out,
It was,
no.
it would have been 4 or 5 minutes. And it was probably 3 p.m.
What
4
building are you at
p.m.
the front of the Herald Sun?
You know that easy parking building, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
like the Easy Park or whatever
Yeah.
that one.
Right.
And then, obviously, you need to tidy up afterwards and realise that
What
I
did you wipe with?
that I didn't have anything on me. So I had a few tissues in my pocket, which
That's
got me,
lucky.
I would say, 10% of the way. And then I realised where my car was parked, further, probably 10 metres from where I was huddled against the fence, that I had lots of documents in like my briefcasey thing
This is
with lots of paper.
Just you having a briefcase is sending me.
Briefcase worker.
has bought.
And I thought, beautiful, the paper will be great. And then I kind of hobbled, and I didn't want to pull them back up because then you're gonna wear it. So I was like, you know what? I'll go without wearing it. So I'll just do the hobble. So like the half up, half down, hobble across. Go to the briefcase, take the papers out. Turns out, paper's not a great substitute for toilet paper.
No.
I know
You
they
probably
sound
get
similar.
Very
They're-
hard.
Printer
they're not.
paper.
It's a bit hard.
Yeah, because it
Oh, no.
just crumbles. It does. It's
Oh,
not
no.
absorbent.
You'd
Yeah,
rather use a sock.
Yeah, well,
this is disgusting.
I was in a suit, so I didn't want to take
I was.
my shoes off.
Boy, you got a sock, a tie. There's plenty of other materials.
Yeah.
I persisted with the paper.
Yeah.
A little hanky in your...
Yeah.
And to this day,
A cravat?
I now carry a roll of toilet paper in my car at all times.
Yeah,
fair,
smart,
fair.
Yep.
smart. I've gotten sick in a lot of places. I'm a sicker. I'm a vommer. When a night gets too much, I vom a lot.
A lot of my friends are like that, but I'm good.
You keep it together.
I
We've all
do.
seen. Yeah.
And the
Just mentally.
the
not there.
worst happened a couple of years ago. Not too long ago, probably like the year before I moved to Australia. Me and my girlfriend Claudia and two of our like couple friends went on a ski trip to the French Alps, and the ski trips are great. Like you get on it pretty much every night. And one of the days we'd come back from the slopes, we'd had a bit of lunch, and then that evening we were planning on just keeping it chill, not going out, but just doing whatever. Me and the lads went out for a couple of like dinner time beers. Like we were still in our the like thermal gear you wear under your snow gear. Like that's how much of a casual thing this was. We ended up getting on it and not coming home that night. So we'd literally stayed out from 6 p.m. to probably like 3 a.m. And gotten absolutely rode off. On the way home, we got some food. I had a pad thai, and then got home and
Always the food.
Yeah, it's just the food with me. And we all went to our separate bedrooms with our respective partners. And I woke up in the middle of the night needing to spew. And I knew in that moment that I wasn't going to have enough time to get to the bathroom or get to anywhere safe. And I was like, okay, in my drunk state, what can I do to minimize the damage here? So I rolled over to my right where the like bedside locker was, and I was like, perfect. And I opened the drawer in the bedside locker, and I was like, if it goes in here, it's not going to go all over the floor, the walls,
Safekeeping
the
for
bed.
later.
Exactly. So I
Little
opened
midnight snack.
I opened the drawer. I opened the drawer and spewed in the drawer. And naturally, like, Claudia gets up and she's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, it's fine. And in that moment, I'd also forgotten that I was using the bedside locker. And in the drawer was my phone, my wallet, my Apple Watch, all my important shit, my passport. And then I obviously, like, I didn't do as good a job as I thought I did getting it all in there. So it still went on the wall, the bed, the floor. And then in that state, I was also like, I'll clean it up. So meanwhile, half the room is covered in vom. Claudia's giving out to me naturally. I'm like, I'll clean it up. So I like jumped out of bed, picked up the bedside locker and tried to carry it to the bathroom to start cleaning it, like emptied out all my belongings, trying to wipe up the sick. Didn't do a good job because I went back to bed and woke up the next morning. There was still vomit everywhere. And then I had to then finish the job. And then my saving grace, well, what I thought was my saving grace the next day was like the justification of me pulling open the drawer and getting sick into it, being like, if I didn't do that, it would have been way worse. And Claudia was like, well, number one, it was still as bad because you didn't get it all in there. And second of all, you didn't pull it open. It was just open because you didn't close it when you put your shit in there and you came in. So it was just there. That wasn't a bright idea that you had.
Silly you.
I have a vision in my head of you and the bedside table in the shower having a shame shower together.
I've
Pretty much.
shower. Love a shame shower.
I've got a good one. I got two good ones. So I'm not usually a vommer like during the night. It's usually the next day that gets me because I've just drank too much. So this one time I was like in Cairns. So like you have to drive an hour to get to the place. Anyway, so it was the next day and I had to go to work. Usually, classic. And to get from Cairns to Port, it's like a windy highway road. Mm-hmm. And my brother was driving my car back because I couldn't drive. And I was like, David, like, I'm going to be really sick. Like, can you please pull over? And he was so mad at me for being so hungover. And he didn't pull over, so I had to spew out of the car window. And it's in my car.
Oh, no.
And my friend was in the back and had the window
Splashback.
down.
Oh, no!
And it hit her.
That's
Oh my
disgusting.
God. And it was my car as well.
Because it does. The the force of going forward just brings it straight back in the window,
And
which makes no sense.
But I was like,
I don't know
David,
why it does that.
If the window
Pull over.
behind is open, though,
Yeah.
it all
goes in.
It right in there.
Oh,
yeah.
it's bad.
I've been the one hit with that before. It
Oh,
was
it's
terrible.
bad.
Yeah,
With
my friend.
vom?
So
Yeah,
it's kinda
I
funny.
was in the back seat, and it was a long.
Oh, were you riding in the back with Ali in the front?
it was Moby.
Not in this case, but there was a blue cheeseburger involved.
Oh,
It was one of the worst things I've
mine
ever
was
seen.
just like bile and of like tequila.
Well, that's bad on your brother not pulling over.
I know. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm literally gonna spew, and he's like, I don't care.
That's more on him.
A
That's more
classic-
on him than you.
It was just classic Big Brother.
Happened to
thing.
me in a taxi
Like,
before as well.
You'll be fine.
I was like, I think I'd said, oh, I don't feel well, I'm going to get sick. And he didn't really respond. And it was coming, and I tried to open the door and go,
You'd think the taxis would be better with that because
Yeah.
they're the ones who are going to have to deal with the repercussions if they don't.
100%. Maybe I
And-
didn't
Bad
say it, though.
rating.
I can't really remember. But I do remember.
Definitely didn't say it.
He internalised it, and
I'd like to caveat
unfortunately,
that.
the cab driver didn't telepathically
Why
pick
didn't
up
you
on what
read
you were
my
trying to
brain?
But what I did try to do, we were stopped at traffic lights.
Open the
I did-
bedside table in the taxi.
Well, I tried to open the door and like, lean out in one fell swoop and get sick, but the door is locked. So I went, pulled the handle, nothing happened, and then just got sick on the door. And I was like, well, bro, why did you lock me in?
Yeah, it's
That's pretty bad form, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
he's just
is.
gonna
Yeah.
get
Is that
a
on
bad
him?
rating.
Is that on
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still paid the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to pay a lot if you
Yeah.
like spew in the Uber or a taxi.
Yeah, bet $100, but you know
And
what?
your
I feel,
rating-
like, I feel that's pretty.
And your rating takes a hit too. Actually,
Mine
that's
was
like,
like- mine was
That's
like
why I'm
€200
being charged for that. I'm like, I feel so much better now.
Yeah.
And then I just shut the door and say, thanks for that. And then he has to clean up. I'm like, no, charge me 100, mate. No worries at all. We'll call it even. Thanks very much.
what is everybody's Uber rating?
Let's have a okay.
That's a curious
okay,
one.
Let's
I feel
have
like
a guess
I feel
of
like
who.
that sort of reveals a lot
Yeah, can
about
we
a person.
Can we see who's the worst and who's the best? Please.
See, I'm of the
Okay.
belief if you're close to 5, I don't trust you.
Oh yeah,
I like someone that's really in the mid threes.
Well, that also
Okay.
That tells you
means
a
that
lot.
you've never let someone else, because occasionally, do you guys ever put someone in an Uber on your Uber? So
sometimes.
very occasionally you got to
I
send
mean-
someone home.
No, I'm gonna blame it all on me if it's bad.
How do we actually? Oh yeah, that's
So-
Just go to account.
Go on,
Okay.
see, I'll-
Who do we reckon is going to have the best and worst?
Ali the worst.
I reckon.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
No,
I reckon
but-
Ali the worst.
I reckon
Maybe Perry the best.
best.
I
Yeah.
reckon. Yeah, Perry the best, and Gen Z.
All right, let's go around. Let's start with Moby.
All
Moby,
right.
what is your rating?
I'm rocking a solid 4.81.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
yeah.
go last.
no,
I think.
we're going around
The next-
clockwise.
4.77.
Ooh, yeah,
okay.
you've had a few people mark you down though. Are you starting to get down there, Peraldo?
4.73.
Oh!
I am 4.77.
Hey!
Ooh.
Dead tired.
I'm a 4.65.
Classic
Okay, so Perry's the worst.
I would love to see.
Brody.
Brody.
No, quick
and then
maths.
Pez.
Basic numbers, Jazz.
Yeah,
quick
math's
maths.
not your strong
So
suit, is it, my
Moses-
friend?
Oh,
I got
I'm
him.
glad I'm not the worst.
I would love to. I would love to see. I would love to see all the reviews and
Yeah,
all of the
and
ratings.
why.
And
Yeah.
why?
I reckon it's because a couple of times I've been quite confrontational about the directions they've been driving in. I think it's not.
Some backseat driving.
I haven't done any vomiting or any like real
Yeah,
drunken
either.
nights in an Uber. It's been a lot of like. I mean, it's probably my wife being fucking mouthy, to be honest. When we're in
I think it's because
Very
I
aggressive.
cancel a lot of mine.
yeah, they
Like,
don't
I
like
get
that.
a bit because when you're a girl by yourself and like if you're going home late at night or whatever, you've got to be careful in Ubers.
Yeah, you do.
And
You
I,
do.
I cancel a lot of them.
yeah.
So that's probably why. That I'm just gonna say that's my reason why mine's shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm very good when I'm drunk. I can have a good chat.
I mean, none of them are that bad.
Nah,
Your
none of them
Brody's
are.
is getting a little bit further down. But
I'd say mine's been on the up certainly over the last couple of years. I've been a bit more reserved and a little more mature. But the boys and I used to absolutely rage it. Particularly if you're getting one Uber from one place to another, and the next destination is where you really want to be. Oh, mate! That Uber is absolutely going off its chops. You're shaking it from side to side, and yeah, the drivers don't necessarily appreciate that.
No.
I'm sure some might.
No, yeah. No, I'm sure a lot do.
That was a fun
who's
little
fun-
excursion.
I think we're up to a fun fact. Whose fun fact
Oh.
are we doing
Oh, I
this week?
think
Who
it's
hasn't
actually
done
mine.
theirs?
I haven't done mine.
Yeah,
All right.
you led with some pretty soft gear last week, so just
should we
I'm-
save it for the next one?
Yeah, save it for the next one.
and we'll all promise that next Thursday's podcast will be slightly higher end and less in the gutter.
Yeah.
Shall we all agree?
No,
Let's hear it.
absolutely not.
Okay, cool. Love you all.